Poopy in my pants.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
And
I'm
that's
gonna die.
exactly how we started.
That was
That's
the
awesome.
perfect timing.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another GameItAll.com podcast. This is Talking Shit.
Literal shit. He was talking about crap.
So, Talking Shit, for everyone who doesn't know this podcast yet, this
It's
is
a
our
complete
weekly.
pile of shit.
This is our weekly. We're going to make fun of things, just talk about the news, general current events, life stuff, all that other junk. This week was an interesting week for me. I was sick throughout most of it. Just like the worst kind of sick that you could ever think of. Just chills, burning, sneezing, snot coming all over the place. Just the grossest thing ever. I even ended up throwing up on my daughter.
That's bad.
It was a very, very gross event. Just, 2-year-old daughter just sitting there and then like trying to get you to play with toys, ends up hitting you in the nuts and you just puke. So, what's the worst you guys have been sick? I'm actually kind of wondering that. Like that's probably the worst I've ever been, to be honest.
Me? You want to know me? It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, what's the gastro in English?
The gastro?
It's when you have diarrhea and vomit at the same time.
It's coming out both ends. There you go.
Yeah, but there's a word for it.
I actually don't know the word for it. That's
well, anyhow, it was a bug going around town, and I happened to get it with everyone else, and I got lucky. I'm not gonna lie, I got lucky, but this is still the worst I've ever been sick that I can remember. I pooped, went upstairs, ran back downstairs, vomited, not at the same time, luckily, just one after the other, and then I passed out in my bed. Woke up next morning still feeling like shit, but I was so hungry that I ate fish cakes, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Like a whole shit ton of it. And apparently everyone said like it looked like total shit, but I never got sick after eating all of that, which was amazing. But yeah, that's as sick as I got. My dad had it at the same time, and he told me he was vomiting in the shower while shitting in the toilet. Could you imagine doing both at the same time?
just vomiting in the shower, shitting in it. I
mean, why is this turning into a complete shit show? Like, seriously.
Well, because I brought up the sickness thing. Because I'm curious. I hate being sick. I know people get sick, and
it's a fact of life.
It's a fact of life. But everyone has that one sick story that they're like, "This is what happened to me while I was sick."
Yep.
I have too many of those, to be honest.
I ate canned peaches, and I didn't make it to the bathroom in time.
That's a funny story.
There you
I
go.
have a similar story.
I still feel bad for my aunt because we were staying at my aunt's, and I had the flu, and it was in the middle of the summer, and I felt like crap. And I remember eating blue popsicles, and one eve, I was sleeping on the couch, and I had peaches after supper, and that evening, yeah, they didn't stay down. They didn't stay down. Yeah.
You know that feeling when you have to vomit, there's nothing coming out.
Yeah, I hate those.
Dry heaving. That's the worst thing about vomiting. That's the worst. But I have a similar story to eating something and then making me sick. But it wasn't really sick. It's just I didn't know that apple juice would give you the runs.
Oh.
And this was a time where I didn't. This was a rough time for me in life. I just moved into a new apartment. I had no bed, no fridge. I essentially had my computer desk, my computer, internet, my computer chair, and a lazy boy that I slept in. All right. So whenever I bought food, I tried to buy food that was dry, right? Stuff I could just store in the cupboard, not have to worry about it spoiling. So whenever I bought something that would go bad quick, I ate it in one sitting. So I opened a 2 liter of apple juice. All
Oh,
right.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys
You see how this is going.
So I'm sitting here playing. I don't know what it was I was playing at the computer, but I was just playing here, eating my chicken noodles and drinking my apple juice. And all of a sudden, I just feel my stomach just rumble. And I'm just like,
Just
I
drop.
don't feel sick, but why am I rumbling right now? Then all of a sudden, I just feel it hit my sphincter, and I was like, oh my god.
That is the worst. I think that is one of the worst feelings. Like, especially when you're like first getting sick and you don't really kind of realize it,
Yeah.
and you feel that little crunch, that little
That little
pain in your gut.
feeling, you just know that it's too late. I done
Yeah.
goofed.
The minute that
Shit's
you feel that
going
little
down.
clinch, and
Man.
you're like, "Oh God, no,
I'm
this
not-
is over."
Not even kidding here. I barely got like right now I can see my bathroom from where I'm sitting. It's 10 feet to the door and another 5 feet to the toilet. And I barely sat down. I didn't even have time to sit down. It came out. It was so close. I showered 3 times that night. Like I thought it was over. I thought it was out of me. Got up, showered, went back to the computer, felt my stomach rumble again. And I was like, how? I like, pooped out 3 times what I drank already. What the fuck is going on here?
Uh,
Lesson
Like
learned.
Everyone has that one sick story that they get to tell. And
That's not even a
that's it.
sick story. That was just a dumb story.
Oh,
Like a lesson learned. Don't drink apple juice. Don't drink too much apple juice.
Yeah, drink some, but don't
Now I
overexceed.
know why they recommend giving apple juice to kids, like babies.
yeah. Oh, definitely. Don't. I'm not even going to get started on that one. If we get started on a baby's getting sick, that is. I have a couple really good ones for that.
Yeah, and it's
And-
sad. I don't like seeing a child get sick.
Oh, child getting sick is one of the
Like-
worst things that you can see.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can do, but it makes you feel so bad, right?
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
nothing you can really do on that. There's
Yeah.
at best you can call the doctor and see if you can give them aspirin or like the child's equivalent,
Or like a flu
a
pill
flu
or
pill or
syrup
something.
whatever.
At best you can do that. That's really all that you can do. All you can do is just make them feel comfortable. The problem is with mine, in order to be comfortable, she decides that she needs to take off her diaper. So she launches it, and I got hit by it. It was a grenade of diaper.
Oh shit, Luke! You should consider having a vlog.
I did think about it. I thought about having a parenting a blog at one point, but I was just like, nah, I can't do it.
No, it's a hard life. It's a hard
Oh, parenting sucks. Like
well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like
it
sorry.
sucks in its own way. It's rewarding. It's great. It's rewarding.
Yeah.
But when you
Like-
take in effect that everything that you are now in control of something that's a life that's not yours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you are completely boned on that side if you're not ready for it, and it's difficult. It's definitely
Well, it's a
difficult.
lot of work.
Oh, no, I know. Because I don't have a kid of my own, but I do have a niece that I'm really close to. Like, our parents essentially ditched her, and now my parents are taking care of her, and I go see her almost every day. I love my little niece. But when she was younger, I remember at one point, she was so sick, you could see she was having illusions. You know, she was looking at the walls, and she was freaking out like something was coming out of them. And it made
Oh
me...
wow.
Yeah, like she'd just look at the wall and start crying, and it's like what's going on here? Like, and I know exactly how you feel. Like when your child gets sick, it's a terrible feeling knowing there's nothing you can do but try to comfort them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's all you can do.
Yeah,
Like whenever River's sick, it's just try to keep her calm, keep her tucked
Distract her,
in,
play, and
distract her, play. Try not to notice that she's sick, and then you're all good. But
yeah.
that doesn't work half the time.
Oh no! Like something will happen, they'll just get completely distracted and start bawling out, and you're just like, why? Come on,
Yeah.
please, just let me distract you.
One of my favorite was like her being super happy, distracted, and everything, and then she just kind of had this face and just went, like, "What's wrong?" That was the same day too as the shit grenade. So it was just like I don't know how many times I showered that day. That at least 4 times. But they say you're not a parent unless you've been pissed on, shit on, or puked on.
Have you been pissed on?
I have been pissed on. That was early on, so she marked her territory. I've been shit on almost in the same fashion as that famous picture where the guy was holding his daughter naked, and yeah, almost same fashion, though it was like this and just completely down. And then puked on was that one.
That one. This projectile vomited.
The projectile just. God.
She just gave you the look like, hey, Dad, I got a surprise for you.
Yeah, it's the worst part because she's like, ha ha ha. What's wrong? Done.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, before the podcast, we were talking about Jessica Jones, man. What were you saying? Why didn't you like it?
Okay. Yeah. So, of course, we were talking about this because Daredevil came out on Friday.
Yes.
And
it's related.
Related because, it's Marvel, it's Netflix, it's awesome. I just did not care for Jessica Jones. It's something about it did not grab my attention. I was kind of expecting a lot more because of how high Daredevil set the bar. And it didn't seem like it brought it. Like, the only thing that I really got out of that show was David Tennant being awesome as crazy motherfucker.
As an amazing bad guy. Like, amazing.
Amazing bad guy for being a third-tier Marvel villain. Like, Purple Man isn't much of a villain in the comics. I mean, he's still there, but...
He's bad, but he's not, like, bad,
He wasn't, Fisk.
Yeah. But he just brought this aura to his performance, which was just amazing. So
Yeah.
I applaud him. I completely applaud him on how great of a performance he gave.
Now, with Jessica Jones, though, like the series as a whole, I just could not get into it. There was a few good episodes out of it that I was like, oh, hey, this is kicking up, yeah. And then I just crash again, and I'm like, this is completely mediocre to me. Like, I'm not liking it. I'm not hating it.
You were expecting more.
I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah.
Daredevil continues to raise that bar, though. Like,
season
I'm only 2
2
episodes.
is that much better.
Yeah, I'm only 2 episodes into season 2.
Yeah.
And,
Go on.
Go ahead. Okay.
Oh, we're just. You can tell we're Canadian. It's like, no, please, you go.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you go.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm sure you've seen clips of it on YouTube. It's been all over when it first came out. But they did it again. Was that one-shot fight scene? Where they have did you see it? The video of it online?
I did not see the video. I've been actually trying to stay away.
Okay,
I won't say anything about it.
In the show.
Yeah, I won't say anything about it, but they went a step above this one. It was even better. I loved how they were going down the stairs during like half the fight. That was excellent. I loved it.
Yes,
nice.
It was one of the best shot fights I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Well,
just
the second episode of Daredevil season 1, when they first did the one shot, that amazed everyone. Like there was,
Oh yeah.
everybody
was just like, "Oh my God, this is something new."
And
Well,
what I like about this even more, I'm sorry here, Peter, I'm just gonna interrupt you.
yeah,
for a
yeah.
second. But it makes the show. It makes Daredevil or Matthew, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matthew. What's his
Matt,
last name?
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock. Yeah.
Matt Murdock. Yeah, it makes him look human, not like every other superhero where they're like unstoppable. Like you can see him getting his ass kicked constantly during the fight, but he just keeps on going and fighting and fighting and fighting.
Yeah.
And it's so good because it doesn't feel like he's a superhero. It feels like he's just another person trying to do good.
Yeah, and I told this
Yeah.
to Kate actually before. It was he's the only hero that we see actively get tired.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
all the times we ever see Captain America get tired is, yes, after a long fight, but it's usually after he's gotten a few rounds beaten into him, and then he's like, "Huh, okay, I'm tired," and then keeps going at full speed and power.
Yeah,
Daredevil,
yeah,
you're actually seeing he's getting
Yeah.
slugged.
How many times does Foggy have to save his ass? You know, like seriously.
Yeah, I mean,
Go
even
pick
then.
him up from the gutter and bring him back to life.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I've been loving about Daredevil so far, and even just from the little bit I've seen, because as I said, I'm only 2 episodes in so far. I'm a slow watcher. I don't binge watch, unfortunately. I feel like I should every so often, especially on big shows like Daredevil, but
Yeah.
because everyone talks about it, everyone's going to talk about it. Everyone knows what's happening. I'm only 2 episodes in. I got to see Punisher. As a huge Punisher fan, I'm actually more of a Punisher fan than most of the Marvel characters on there. Like, he's my top. I am very, very pleased at that performance. This is
Yeah, he is amazing.
And it only gets better. That's
Yes.
all I'm gonna say. It only gets better.
so yeah, and like just from the 2 episodes I've seen, he's already fucking amazing. So and it's only getting better. I mean, I was kind of iffy about him at first when they first announced him because at the time it was hardcore Thomas Jane Punisher. That was to me bar. He surpassed it, obviously.
Well, I feel like the reason he did surpass it was because of Netflix. On the TV, they tried to go PG-13, right, for the movie.
Well, no, the movie
Yeah.
was R.
Oh, was it
Uh,
R?
Yeah, it was R, but it was still cheesy in a way
Yeah.
because they didn't want to go full out because they're like it's Marvel, it's a comic.
And kids are still gonna see it.
Yes,
Yeah.
kids will
But,
still see it somehow.
On Netflix, like I said, you haven't seen much yet, but on Netflix, it's so much better. The Punisher later on actually feels like the Punisher, like from the movies and the video games where they're just brutal executions. It's all
Yeah.
in the series. It's
Nice.
all over, and it's so good.
But it's brutal, not in a very kind of like it's kind of like a Playboy way, not a hustler way. It's well done, brutal.
Yeah, no, it's. Sorry, I'm stuffing my face here trying to talk. It's it's like you said. It's well done, brutal. It's not just him going around trying to kill people in the most
Shoot
vicious
everything
ways.
that moves.
Yeah,
it's not the Predator. It's
It's
you
planned.
know.
It's well done. You can see he's calculated when he's fighting, even though he's just acting. It's really well done.
That's pretty cool then. So I want to move away from Netflix and Daredevil because I want to talk about something that was actually pretty prominent this weekend. I'm assuming you guys have been following the Gawker versus Hulk Hogan trial.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah, that has been
fucked his wife.
that has been the most amazing thing I've
Does that feel
good,
brother?
we didn't have the whole wrestling intro. Welcome to the ring. Or no.
Oh man,
Welcome to the bed.
I think that
I'm gonna call him brother.
I think that would probably make any like sex tape more interesting if they actually did the wrestling intros and everything.
I
Just
actually want to see that sex tape just to
just
see
so that
what
you
it
can
sounded like.
go over
right?
that. Well, it's probably still on Gawker unless they took it down by now. They probably should have.
They
Oh,
probably have.
you can probably torrent it. It's like
Oh,
anything else.
Probably. But yeah, the whole thing was for everyone who hasn't been following it. This is the basic rundown. Hulk Hogan was filmed having sex with his best friend's wife by his best friend, who then sold the video, and Gawker went and published the video up on their website. It's like, here's the full sex scene, here's the full sex tape, here you go. And a court-ordered judge told Gawker to take down the video, and they did not. They said, no, we will keep this up because it is journalism.
I'm waiting for someone to re-edit it to have wrestling commentary in it.
No, like I said, that would be amazing.
Oh my
It's
God.
probably been done.
It probably has been done, but I just...
That
I
would
don't
go.
know, I couldn't watch.
They probably made it like those safe for work porn videos. Have you guys ever seen those?
Those are great. The one that James Gunn made, those are great.
Did you see the Diesel one?
No, I don't think
I'll
so.
have to find it and I'll link it to you after the show.
Oh, dear God.
It's so good.
I've seen a few of them, like one with Nathan Fillion and one with, who else was it? There's a couple other big name people that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
You know what they are now.
Yes.
They were made by James Gunn, the guy that directed Guardians of the Galaxy and Slither.
Yes.
And Lollipop Chainsaw, just to throw that out.
God.
That game was amazing.
Yeah, Suda at his best.
But yeah, so going back to the whole thing, so they didn't take down the video, and they started a lawsuit between Hogan, which Hogan was suing them for damages. The jury came back from a long lawsuit, long course case, and has finally awarded Hulk Hogan the grand total of $115 million in damages because Hulk Hogan did not know he was being filmed.
What?
During that time, it was hidden camera. So it was hidden camera up above at a like angle to see everything. He did not know he was being filmed during that, and it was... I'm not sure the reason why from that point. From my knowledge, it was something along the lines of blackmail, I think. But I'm not 100% sure on that. That one you can't quote me on. But the $115 million is what he was awarded, and Gawker, of course, is going to file an appeal, which can possibly lead to more money coming towards Hulk Hogan's way if they lose the appeal.
Which
he got another 25 million.
Oh, just now?
Yeah. 3 hours ago, CNN Money. Hogan's jury adds 25.1 million to Gawker's liability in the sex tape case.
Oh my dear God! So yeah, that's what's the grand total now. 1 million.
I don't.
1,025,000 15 plus 25. It's so
40.
You guys can do this. Come on.
$140 million.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck. Math was never my strong point, you know that. So,
yeah, needless to say, Gawker is in for some rough time.
Gawker is in for a very rough time, and that's still not going through with the appeal, because the appeal is... Or did the appeal already happen at this point, then?
I don't know.
That's I'm trying to bring up that article so I can take a look at that. So CNN Money did that, right?
Yep.
Hulk Hogan adds another 25.1 million. Okay, so let me just read this through. So this has been a pretty much a shit show for goddamn auto video post thing. This has been a real shit show for Gawker, who is, well, in this case here, that was found violation of privacy. The whole reason why they decided to keep it up was because Hogan has been very active with talking about his sex life in the press, like especially with Howard Stern. He talked about his sex life there.
Well, who doesn't on Stern?
Who doesn't? Yeah, that's first off. Who
That
doesn't talk about their sex life on Howard Stern?
Yeah, because Stern has his show on XM, and it's completely unrated, and it's essentially he asks how the dick's doing. That's like one of the first questions. How's your dick going? You know.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, because of that, it's perfectly fine that we can talk about,
Hogan, yeah.
Hogan having
and
sex with other women, and showing him having sex with another woman.
And that's well, and yeah, that's why Howard Stern is awesome.
So, but here's the thing: there's a line between telling someone yourself on air about your sex life, and then people posting about your sex life, and then on top of all that, people filming and posting your sex life. That is like overboard.
Some people are into some really fucked up shit, man.
Yeah,
He should. You know what? He should have just rolled with it and sold it, and then made a crap load of profit.
I think he made more money this way.
Oh, I know, probably.
Like, to be honest, I mean.
Oh, I know. It's 140 million. Like, Jesus Christ.
So here's the thing: Nick Denton, the guy who owns Gawker, or founder of Gawker, he has come out and said that this is a big hit against the First Amendment, the Freedom of Speech Amendment. No, this isn't. This is invasion of privacy.
Well, it's not even speech. It's delivering of content. It's completely different.
Yeah, no, it's funny because it makes Gawker hypocrites too. Because during the fappening or the huge celebrity leak, they were against posting the pictures of the women that were being leaked.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They were completely against the leaked photos, and they were also but they had no quarrels about putting Hogan's sex tape up. And not to mention, look at all the news that Gawker puts up. It's tabloid journalism at best. To be honest, at best is not the word I want to say.
It's only clickbait.
It is total clickbait.
Well, they're more intrigued about showing men than women, I'm guessing.
That is another thing, and this is actually kind of why I kind of wish Morgan was actually with us on the show here, because she can fill in a little bit more of a female perspective on this. But yeah, like the thing I've noticed, because if you look at Gawker and its subsidiaries, which include IO9, Gizmodo, and Gizmondo, thank you, and Kotaku, of course, and Jezebel. Jezebel itself is a very bad publication from everything I've seen. They take stuff that's similar to the 6 tips that will make somebody go crazy, and the 6th tip is pretty much give the guy an Indian burn on his dick.
Ow. Wouldn't that hurt?
I wouldn't let anybody do that. I mean, come on.
I can only imagine someone who has foreskin and having it twisted around.
You're not into that shit? Come on, that's a Tuesday right there.
I'm
Nah,
not
man.
interested. You can
See,
have you. All
I into rough stuff. You know, I got whip, I got ropes, but that's just fucked up, man. Come on.
you don't do burns.
No,
Not on little Johnny. I mean, come on.
little Johnny.
Get the blowtorch.
Is it really called Little Luke?
Nah, it's not. It's Jack.
All right,
As in
let's
jackhammer.
continue.
Anyways, yeah, that's a
We
great
don't
way
want
to
we
end
don't
that
want to have
conversation.
to put the warning on this.
But yeah, no, like even in terms of a conversation that I don't like having, which is Gamergate.
Yippers.
You see,
We avoid that.
we avoid that. I'm going to talk a little bit about it this time because the thing is, with Gamergate, there's two different areas that we know of. There's ethics in journalism for video games and how women are treated in video games. It seems like originally, from what I can see, it was more based on journalism at first.
Well, if you're online and you're getting assaulted, like if people are talking shit about you constantly, well, yeah, that's wrong. But
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's where this other end came from because they were like, we're going to take the movement that was originally here and go that way. And the thing is, it was Kotaku that really started it. If you trace everything back,
douchebags.
and Kotaku, of course, being part of Gawker, it still kind of falls in that line. It feels like it's just there's a lot with that. Of course, I'm not saying I'm an expert on that series of events because honestly, after everything started happening, I just started to avoid the conversation because
Oh yeah, we went
it's
completely black on it.
yeah we had a blackout on that. Like we had somebody who was going to post stuff about it, and I'm like, no, because what you're saying is
God damn it.
like horrible on every end. Like not even just as this is a horrible thing that's happening. You're also bashing these other people. Luckily,
Yeah.
that person also doesn't write for the site anymore. But yeah,
There was someone that was I can't remember who she was, but she was like, you know what? I don't want to talk about this. I can't remember who she was. I think she was a singer or an actress or something, and she was like, no, I'm completely, I don't want to talk about feminism and yada yada yada. So I can't remember who she was.
I'm not even going to bring that topic up because that is something
Answer.
everyone has their own opinion of it, and frankly, that's not an opinion I want to get into. Like I rather not let you guys know
Yeah. No,
what
we
I
should
think
stop
about it.
now before we verbally rape someone who's listening.
Yeah, like
We're not gonna. Okay, we're just not gonna talk about it. We're gonna move on. All right,
Move
let's
on.
do that.
Move on.
All right, so I'm just gonna click B and continue playing Far Cry.
Yeah, it's like, and okay, so this is going to be my last extension of that one and it's not going to go further. There are topics that even on talking shit, I will not get into, and those two are pretty much exactly it. That's
Pretty much.
They're things that those are opinions that I don't want to know your opinion of it. I don't want you to know my opinion of it. I'd rather it just, everything
We
just sink
just
away.
we just hide it somewheres.
We'll
just shove it in.
We'll actively fight it on somewheres where we're not trying to be somewhat professional on.
So we're just gonna shove it in Pandora's box and open it at some other point in time.
Exactly. Like
when we're on a webcam drinking beer.
Exactly.
Gotta love Pandora's box.
So half of that. So, so the Gawker versus Hulk Hogan trial is it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that it has to keep going. And I'm wondering what's actually going to be the backlash on this, because the thing is, like, Nick Denton was mentioning that it was going to be a big hit against First Amendment. And we all know it's not. It's because it was more of an invasion of privacy than anything. It's not First Amendment or anything like that.
No, exactly. He wasn't willingly wanting to be filmed.
No, he wasn't
He was
willingly
filmed
wanting
against
to be
his
filmed.
knowledge, and that's invasion of privacy. It doesn't matter how you look at it; it was illegal, and it should be taken off the internet.
Exactly. I mean, there's even a law against that with that was started thanks to revenge porn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, it wasn't even started with revenge porn. It was just modified to be more.
with more internet base, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
To make it easy to people.
yeah, exactly. But
Like
my
just
overall thing
getting
is
rid of
that
people.
I think it's really going to affect Gawker anyways, because last I saw, now unfortunately I can't be quoted on this one again, because this was I'm only basically remembering the source. Their overall budget is less than what they have to pay Hogan. From last I saw, it was something along the lines of $60 million per year in revenue that their websites make.
Wasn't it 45? I read 45.
See, that's the thing. I'm hearing from places 60, and I'm hearing places from 45. But overall, from all the ones I'm seeing, there's no number that even reaches close to what they have to pay him. So it's very.
I don't think he'll get his money, all of it.
I don't think Hogan's going to get all his money, and I think Gawker.
No, the government will refund him, and they'll seize assets from Gawker to reclaim their funds.
Which means we're probably going to see some of those sites go down. So we might see
all.
We might see all those sites go down.
Well, they might have a sale of.
Yeah, somebody might end up buying out Kotaku and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can see like AOL buying out Kotaku.
Why would AOL buy that? Because
who would want to buy Kotaku? It's cancer.
See, like AOL wouldn't want to buy anything because AOL,
I know. Well,
AOL had Joystick, and then they closed down Joystick.
Yeah, but they just essentially merged it with Engadget, and now you have Joystick Gaming.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That didn't happen organically, though. That happened way after the fact. Like they said, okay, Joystick is closing down, and then after they created Engadget Gaming, like months after. It wasn't a transition. And
yeah, but they were rating on the Engadget site for the gaming articles.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, like the Engadget system had Joystick go into there, and then Joystick had it go into Massively for their MMO sections, because they had a decent system where they actually partnered off all the other sites.
Yeah, and then it's like anything else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like this whole thing is just like a part of me is sad to see that, like, because it's sad to see anybody lose their jobs, to be honest. Like, doesn't matter what their job was. If their job was working for probably one of the most hated news groups that you could think of on the internet, and
chances are they weren't getting paid that much either way.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, I mean it's it's a big possibility.
The kind of experience they have, they can probably get a job anywhere else. Not to mention the following some of those writers have. I mean, it's not the end of the world for them. They're going to get by just fine.
They're going to get by just fine. Like I already know there's a few that are possibly going to be jumping ship to a few other sources.
And that's it. This is the internet. It's an industry that is very volatile, and nothing will last forever.
Exactly.
So this has happened before and time again. The companies just made shady deals, and they got caught.
It's true.
So
let's move on from this conversation because this took longer than I thought it was going to take on that one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your. You wanted to talk about PC again.
Yeah, okay. No, less PC, but more than what Apple said at their press conference today. They had their fancy, oh my god, look at our new phones. They introduced some new models and yada yada yada. And they stated that the new iPad Pro 9 point whatever is a replacement for the PC. And I'm like, what?
That's weird. That's
Oh, okay,
no,
I can
Bold
see.
claims.
bold
I
bold claim.
I can kind of see a tiny sliver of where they're coming from. The regular user, the regular person checking their email, doing their banking, yada yada yada. Okay, but for let's say 95% of people that actually do well, let's say 60% of people that actually do more stuff with their computer, like play games, do editing of stuff. They need more power than a frickin' tablet. Like, seriously.
And taxes. Let alone taxes. Who would want to do their taxes on a tablet? Do you know how painful that would be?
I know, you need a frickin' keyboard. You need an actual keyboard to punch in the numbers and the
You
information
need
to do
something
your
you can put your
taxes.
arms on with your hands on your keyboard and mouse. Not necessarily even a mouse, just a touchpad and a good
Yeah. That's just it. It's like, I will not be able to, like right now I'm playing Far Cry. I'm playing Far Cry Primal, that's brand new. Am I able to play Far Cry Primal on the tablet? Fuck no. They've tried this, it just doesn't work. They don't have the physical architecture to run these games, and at this point that we're starting to move to 1440p and 4K, are we gonna, play it? Am I gonna play Far Cry at 4K on the iPad? I don't think so. I don't even think I could play it for 480p. So, and they also stated, which pissed me off. Well, kind of made me go, what? 5-year-old PCs. They're like, oh, it's sad to see that so many people are using 5-year-old PCs. It's like, if I buy something, I want it to last at least 5 years or longer.
Honestly, if you're building your own PC, you're gonna have it for 5 years, and it's still gonna be running games on medium settings in 5 years.
Yeah, because you don't want to buy something and then
it'll be 5 years old, and it'll still outplay any new gen console. Like,
and that's just it. And I don't want to have to buy a new system every year. And these iPad Pro things, they're like $1,200 because I saw them I played with one at Best Buy, and it's fucking expensive. And it's like, do I really want that? No. If I'd want something like that, I'd buy a phone. And
Yeah,
that's my 2 cents.
there's no there's a very fine line for middle grounds when it comes to tablets. Like, if you have a phone, you don't need a tablet. I have a tablet simply because I don't have a phone, and it's useful when you go out. You just park outside of a restaurant, go on the Wi-Fi, get whatever information you need, and go.
I laugh at those people that do that.
And why?
Because there's usually when I went to Tim Hortons, I seen this guy. He was sitting in a frickin' what was it? I think it was a BMW X5 SUV, and he was sitting there with his tablet in front of the Tim Hortons on the tablet, and it made me laugh. And I'm like, you couldn't go inside and get a coffee? Like, seriously, guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if you did get a coffee, you were just waiting to get directions from the Wi-Fi?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It still made me laugh.
Like, he probably had a phone he could have used, is what you're saying.
Oh, I know. He looked like a douche.
Yeah. Honestly, if you drive a BMW, you're probably not qualified to fucking drive an electric razor. Yeah. Like, I have a small 7-inch Acer tablet, which isn't even charged right now. The battery's been dead for like 2 months. But whenever I go on a trip, I always charge it up, throw it in the back seat. You never know when it's going to come in handy, finding directions or a restaurant to eat at or whatever.
Like, I see the use of a tablet, but
only if you don't have a phone. If you have a phone, you already have a tablet in your pocket.
Yeah, even then, like, I like to have a tablet if I'm sitting on the chair and I want to, see something or play games on it. It's great for that, but it's never We are not at the point that it's going to replace my PC. We are not at that point.
We're
Maybe
never
that
gonna be
point
at that point.
well, we might be in about 15 years from now when we get to whatchamacallit computing.
Quantum.
Oh, yes, when we get to that point, we will be able to have a small enough package that will be able to play stuff at that size.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
right now,
Okay.
we're
I'll
not
give you
there.
that. But I'm still not gonna want to hold a 30-inch tablet in front of my screen. I'm gonna want a TV and a computer.
Yeah, but that's just it. So, I don't know. It's them selling to the mass popularity of hipsters. Douchebags.
Essentially,
That's
chances are, if you have an Apple, you're a hipster wannabe. You're a white male. You're a fucking white male.
No, don't get me wrong. I have two. I have a MacBook and I have an iMac. I have many computers, but
You
I
guys
do
have seen that
own
video, right?
yes.
That's great.
But I do own two Mac computers. I don't have anything against their computers. I do have against their mobile lineup completely. Their mobile is stupid.
Oh yeah.
But I don't have anything against their towers or their all-in-ones. They're
No, I
fine.
mean, if you do a lot of video or photo editing, any editing in general, the
Yeah,
Mac
that's
Power is an excellent platform. My someone I know who's a photographer, that's what she uses to edit her photos, and it's quick, it's easy, it gets the job done reliably and fast. And if I would ever go professional with my photography, I would hands down wouldn't hesitate getting a Mac.
well, yeah, that's why my wife has her 24-inch iMac. We've had it for 6.5. It's about 6.5 years. It's gonna be 7 pretty soon, and she's a graphic designer, and it's great. And and she wants a new one at some point.
I
So
wouldn't get an iMac. I'd get the actual tower, but
yeah, but the garbage can is like $4,000.
I know it's crazy, but it'd be worth it in my opinion.
But it has two M295s in it,
Yeah,
which is crazy. Plus I think it's a Xeon chip and 16 gigs of RAM base. So crazy.
we
It's
just
an
lost
AM.
Luke.
Yeah, he looks confused. It's an AMD. What?
I'll tell you why I'm confused. I just got some news that popped up that was about Dark Souls 3.
I
Okay.
can't believe that it's coming out already. It feels like Dark Souls 2 only came out a couple weeks ago.
Well, it's a couple of years now, so
Yeah, I know.
it's well on time, I think. But here's the thing: there's apparently a place in the UK that is doing a promotion with Dark Souls 3 involving chicken wings. So
I need all them fucking chickens.
So starting April 4th, the
Surprise,
contest will require participants to sign a waiver, wear gloves, before tearing into 20 painful pieces of chicken that are just slattered in hot sauce. Fastest devour in each restaurant at the location will win a PS4 alongside a collector's edition of Dark Souls 3.
Now I'm kind of bummed out that that's not in Canada because I have an incredibly high tolerance to spicy food.
I mean,
I'd eat all them fucking chickens.
the guy that ends up winning it will get the Prestige Edition, which gives you the big old statue of the Lord of Cinder. So, actually reading that out loud, that actually does sound like a good promotion now.
It really does.
I was reading it, I'm just like, this doesn't make much sense.
It doesn't make much sense. But I mean, you're going to suffer in Dark Souls, you might as well suffer eating food for it.
Why not? I mean, well, you have to sign a waiver to make sure you don't die, so,
Yeah.
So if you die, it's not their fault, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I've never once gotten mad at Dark Souls. I don't know about you guys. Like, I know it's hard games. Whenever I die, I'm just like, oh, I know what to do now. I know how to avoid that.
It's understandable dying.
I didn't get mad at Dark Souls. I got mad at Bloodborne. Bloodborne, just there was a few battles that was just so close that, and then some crazy move that took all my health.
Did you get that Demon Souls?
I didn't play all of Demon Souls. I didn't get that far in, so I can't say I got mad at it.
And then you got mad.
But so yeah, I'm thinking that's actually all that we have for talking shit tonight.
That was my 2 cents on Apple.
Okay. Yeah, so talking shit, as said, this is the weekly show, and we'll
Sponsors.
be
Do we
back.
have any sponsors?
We do, but I was supposed to read them halfway through. So, you know what? We got so into our topic this week. That's what happened.
Yeah, during the Talking Shit show, we really
get into the topics because it's more of a current events life shit.
And for me, it was actually stuff I knew stuff about, so I could actually join in, which was great.
Exactly.
I feel like I was 40% of the conversation this time around.
Yeah, you actually joined in a lot for that one. So so our sponsor for this show was HostGator, and everyone needs a website. I'm a firm believer in this, and HostGator is one of the best places to get a website. And for your first hosting package, they are going to give you 25% off if you use the discount code GameItAll. So go to HostGator.com, sign up for an account, use that coupon code, and get 25% off.
Yep.
25% is actually quite a bit. That's impressive.
That's a very impressive deal. It's a great way. That's actually how GameItAll started, by the way.
Because
we use HostGator. We use HostGator actually for the site. And
what's hosting in a year over there?
Hosting in a year,
Basic.
It depends. The basic package I think is $10 for a month. Let me just bring it up.
So that's over $100. So that's like $30-some saved. That's not bad.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go. Your hatchling plan, the very basic plan, is starts at $3.95 a month, and that's if you take the yearly or the 36-month package. So it's three. That ends up being
$3.95
for $3.95 a month over 36 months. So yeah, that's actually a really good package.
That's a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deal. And
that's only $110
for 3 years.
Take out the 25%. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, so 25% off. I mean, it's a great deal. I highly recommend it. That's how Game and All got started as well. So, definitely HostGator is we recommend these guys. They're not just somebody that we are just sponsored with. They're somebody that we actively use. In fact, actually, all our sponsors are like that. We actively use these guys, and they are great. So I'm glad to pass off that deal over to you guys.
Pretty much. Can't go wrong. Go get yourself a website, y'all, because they got 24/7 tech support, y'all. And they are award-winning and all sorts of shit. And how many millions of accounts do they have on there? Is it 8?
So many. I don't have the actual numbers.
You could be like me too, and host a troll website for them. Tell them you need help, and when they visit it, they get a screamer. You can pay them to scare themselves.
It's terrible.
All right, and actually, I'm going to call that a night here. So if we're talking shit, I'm Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up? I'm Pino25.
And I'm Sexy Voice Ricky.
You know what? No.
And you know what?
That's your nickname. You have to call yourself that from now on.
Sexy Voice Rick?
Sexy Voice Rick. That is your
Sexy
new
Voice
nickname.
Rick.
This Rick Sexy Voice. No, Sexy Voice Rick. Yeah.
I'll have to use my deep voice and the
Whatever you call
grumble.
yourself in, yeah. Do it.
All right.
All right. For GameItAll.com, thank you all for watching. You guys have a great night.
Headshots are cool. Far Cry.
Far Cry